So I just made a pretty big mistake. I just laid down, was ready to go to bed, and I was like, you know what? Let's open up Instagram real quick, and bam, there it was, a bunch of Star Wars announcements from Hot Toys, and I knew I wasn't going to be able to sleep until I talked about them. So that's what we're doing right now. We're going to be talking about a bunch of these because immediately we're getting a new Grand Admiral Thrawn. He looks basic right now, but he is different. He's going to be limited to 2,500 units worldwide. And you guys know the Mandalorian Grogu's coming, so they announced a bunch of different like Remnant troopers, whatever the heck they're going to be calling them for the Mandalorian Grogu. So we have a ton to look at right now, and I'm going to be staying awake for this because I got so hyped seeing all this stuff. So you guys know I'm a sucker for Rebels figures. It's I don't know what's the right word for it. Ironic, but I literally just finished making the video for adding Hera to the collection. It's going to be coming out this Saturday, the unboxing review. You can probably maybe see her in the back if you look down there at my Rebels collection. So I made that video. It's already done. And I'm like, yes, now my Rebels collection is complete until, you know, for Mandalorian Grogu, Hot Toys decides to give us like Zeb, or in the future we get more more Rebels characters. Like I said, I was trying to go to bed, so might be a little tired, but it's all right. But now I saw we have a Grand Admiral Thrawn, and I guess now that video's whole void. You know, we have another Rebels character now that I kind of want to add to the collection because he looks cool. If I'm able to get him and he's at a decent price, if he's like ridiculous in price, I might not get him since he has 2,500 units worldwide. So we'll have to see how the pricing is, but he's mostly reused. So we'll look at the pictures, but I might be, I do have Admiral Thrawn right now, but I might be swapping him out for this one just because this one actually has some more stuff that I'm a little bit more interested in. So immediately you can see the difference. So he actually gets his armor on him now. He's called Grand Admiral Thrawn Imperial Armor. And the Imperial Armor is of course that helmet and then this piece. But he does have the same undersuit that he gets basically with the Ahsoka version of him. The same head sculpt, it looks, or at least to me, basically identical. That's usually what they do with these limited figures. Sometimes it's like basically reuse, stuff like that. Sometimes they make a whole bespoke figure, but this one's just straight reuse. He does look kind of funny with the helmet on. I can't even lie. Like they should have done something to make the helmet look a bit more natural on him, but that is kind of how his helmet looked in the show anyway. But maybe this picture looks a little off center, like they just boop, plopped on there from a distance, and there you go. There's Thrawn's helmet. So that, you know, could be a little better there. And yeah, like I said, you can actually have the armor on him now. He actually has gloves too, which I also believe is different. You can see the head sculpt, like with the other Thrawn, it's an outstanding head sculpt. I love the blue. I love the red eyes. The hair looks pretty good. Definitely a bit more plasticky, but then again, it's not long hair or anything, so it's not a big deal. But that armor, man, that armor is pretty cool. I like the kind of bronzish gold for the shoulder pads. You see here all the Imperial dots. I always forget what they're called, showing his like rank and stuff. He has the canisters. I don't know why this canister always looks a little bit off in some of these photos, but it's okay because putting those canisters in, you got to really align them. But yeah, I'm kind of liking this. The base, it's very basic. It looks like the same one you get with Thrawn now because it just says Grand Admiral Thrawn, not Imperial Armor version on it or anything, which honestly, I appreciate. I'm glad they didn't put Imperial Armor on there. They just left it Grand Admiral Thrawn because that's basically what he is. But you can see here the armor, you can take it off. You can give him the regular hands, and it's basically the same figure from the Ahsoka one. The blaster is a little bit different though when we do the quick little comparison. So that is one call out, the blaster, a little bit different. But the main thing here is the armor and this. You actually get some different holograms. Looks like here that's the Emperor, I believe. And he's showing the Emperor like, I'm very good at football. You know, the diamond when you're playing football. Bam. He's showing the Emperor. I don't know. He just wants to be on the Emperor's like football team or something. American football, I should say. But here he can actually like hold the helmet. There's his blaster, which is a little bit different because it's like that gap in it now. But yeah, other than that, it's basically the same figure. The separate rolling eyeballs, 2 display styles. So yes, the actual armored look with the helmet or just the unarmored look, whichever you prefer. I do like the unarmored look, but I can't lie. I think that Imperial armor and getting that as an option in the box now, if I get it in the queue or whatever they're doing for these 2,500 units, I'm very early to this. Like I said, I saw it immediately. It said like posted just now or whatever. So I was like, all right, let me go talk about it. So yeah, I don't know the pricing or when it's going to go live on Sideshow or anything yet. I'll update, of course, with like a post. So pay attention or turn on notifications for the channel so you can see. I'll post the day he's going to be going live in case you are interested in it, because like I said, I'm kind of interested if the price is right on him. But yeah, I just don't know how much he's going to be. But here's the overall shot. So separate rolling eyeballs, 2 display styles. 2 holograms. I can't really tell who that is on the left. Let me know if you know who that is, but then it looks like Palpatine. He gets the holster for the blaster, a different looking blaster, the armor, then the back of the armor, as expected. He gets a lot more hands, like double the hands actually, or maybe over double. Yeah. So he gets a lot of hands this time. He has the 5 ungloved hands and then actually 6 gloved hands this time. He gets the boots. He gets the same display base, but of course there's the other Grand Admiral Thrawn. And this one came with this like display thing. You see the table with the ship? Yes, it was in Ahsoka, like his ship with all the yellow looking hologram effects. It was cool. He also had the tablet, but cannot lie, this table here, I have in my display now. If I like move to the side, I don't even know if you can see it. It's like way down. It's funny, the camera's always like flipped, so I gotta like remember which arm to move, but it's way down there. That table just takes up quite a bit of room, to be honest. So I'd be okay if I do sell off this other Grand Admiral Thrawn and kind of upgrade to the new one, although it's not a huge upgrade. It's just like the armor, but to me it's an upgrade since I like Rebels, and I would much rather have a Thrawn with the option to put the armor on him than a Thrawn with this table, because the table to me isn't the biggest thing. It was Ahsoka specific, not Rebels specific, and the armor is Rebels specific. So this one's basically a Rebels release. But yeah, going back and forth, so you can see the hands. He came with 2, 4, 6, 7 here. Went the wrong way. Oh, got a little spoiler there. So it looks like he is missing some hands. Which hands is it? I'm guessing, yeah, actually he gets 2 hands to hold the tablet, which looks like those 2. Yeah, so it looks like they just took away the tablet holding hands, which is fine since he doesn't even get the tablet now. And for me, I don't really need the tablet, to be honest. But then, yeah, the gloved hands I do really like. So I'm kind of tempted by this. The hologram, I would much rather have these smaller holograms than that. I'm curious how the hologram is going to look, because it doesn't look like he comes with a table for him or anything, but in the picture, it's clearly on a table. But I highly doubt Hot Toys is going to give us a table. It's probably going to be this little like black bulb thing, and then the actual holograms on top. So just expect that. The table is just kind of big. It's a cool accessory, but it doesn't light up. Like, don't expect it to look like how it does here on the left. It's just, yeah, too big for me. So I kind of want to get this one just because the armor look, to me, even if I don't display him with the armor on, just having it, yeah. And it's labeled as like a Rebels release now. So I'm very tempted by this one. 2,500 units worldwide. Not sure of the price, but I'll definitely update with a post. But now we're going to get into a lot of troopers. So we have a lot of troopers to look at from Hot Toys now, because the Mandalorian Grogu is going to have a lot of troopers. And I say a lot of troopers, but it's only a couple different releases, but they give you so many options. It's like this one right here, for example, Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper. I don't know. I'm a little tempted by it when you see all the display options. Like, you can basically build your own trooper, especially if you get the deluxe edition. So yeah, I'm a little tempted. Like, this is a pretty scary time for my wallet, because they're announcing some pretty cool stuff for Star Wars. But then again, it is a trooper. Not everyone wants to collect troopers, but Clone Wars wise, I'm a sucker for troopers, and now I kind of like this one. It's not the clean Stormtrooper look, but yeah, let's just look at all these photos. So you see here already a different trooper look, already a different blaster. And going back to that first one, I do like this one. It reminds me of that, like, what was it? Like, I think it was World War I. I don't know. I forget the name of the blaster, but did any of you guys play Battlefield 1? I think that was the one that was like out in World War I or something. I remember using like the weapon with that type of magazine on the bottom. Then there's this big blaster. So it's kind of cool for the Imperial Remnant troopers. A lot of their blasters remind me of kind of the older like World War I or World War II, like that style of like blaster. Well, not blaster, but like weaponry era for like the weapons. So it's kind of cool seeing them here in a trooper. And this one, you see like the pockets up here, and then yeah, just a bigger blaster. Here, man, that weathering also looks amazing on him. Here you see he has like a little armband that's kind of leather-like, but it's most likely sculpted plastic. But yeah, this is just looking really, really cool. Here you see, yep, he has that bonk the microphone, that same blaster, the same arm piece. Here, yeah, now we can see some new stuff. You see down here, so you get the regular leg, and then you can get this like yellow, interesting looking leg. So you can have like the yellow, interesting looking leg and the band on him. You see over here, he's got like the holster going around him, so you can even put that on him, have him like super decked out. There's even the pauldron you saw in the beginning. It gets wild. And you see he has a different blaster, the classic E11, I believe it's called. Hopefully I'm getting that correct. But yeah, and then the base, it's always going to be a basic Star Wars base. You can't really see the words, but it looks like it says Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper. Yeah. So it looks like Imperial Remnant Stormtrooper is going to be on the nameplate for the base. And the base is just scratch up on the top. Basic Star Wars base. They always do the kind of just rectangular bases. So nothing insanely cool there. But the fact you can customize them is awesome to me. Like you see here, he's got the pauldron and the pockets on. Of course, you can swap that leg piece, the arm piece. But of course, those are deluxe edition exclusives. We'll look at that at the end. But yeah, these are looking really, really cool. I'm a sucker for battle damage. So seeing like all this weathering and stuff on the trooper, it's a bit tempting, especially because we haven't reviewed it on the channel yet, but during Black Friday, I got that free with purchase deal from Sideshow, and it was the Blurg and the Mandalorian, because that was like the only way to get the Mandalorian in his Durasteel armor. And the Durasteel armor, the look was like the whole like brown armor and stuff. To me, it's a very awesome armor design. So I kind of want to have both versions of the Mandalorian on my shelf, the chrome look, and then of course, Durasteel look. Or like Beskar look, I should say, not chrome look. Yeah, so the Beskar look and the Durasteel look. So the Durasteel look, I feel like would look really cool fighting these guys on the shelf, or at least just one of them. Don't want to give my wallet a heart attack right now, just one, potentially. Just have them like fighting them on the shelf or something, because yeah, just all these options, the pouch, the pauldron. Oh, wait, that gave me some PTSD right here. You see that blaster, the small blaster with a pauldron? Ooh, if you guys remember my review, depending on how long you've been around the channel, you remember the mustard trooper, the artillery trooper from the Mandalorian? Like the one that had like the yellow. I'm not even gonna pull a picture. I don't even want to see that. But he had the yellow pauldron, the kind of yellow on the armor, and he had the space mortar. Yeah, it was that trooper, and he had this blaster as well. Well, no, he actually didn't come as a blaster, but I gave him this blaster for one of my other figures. So I had him in a similar pose to this, and I hated that trooper so much. He's already out of the collection, but this, ooh, he's scaring me a little bit right there. But you see finely crafted armor with weathering effects. I do really like the weathering effects, all the like sand in every crevice. So it'd be cool, because even if you're going for an original trilogy like trooper design, you want to have them with, say you have a cool diorama with like Ben Kenobi, like Farm Boy Luke, C-3PO, R2-D2. These could be some cool troopers, like kind of in Tatooine. Just, yeah, it would be awesome for that actually, because yeah, they blend in, of course. If you like army build or build dioramas and stuff for stuff like that, just having original trilogy, especially on Tatooine type looking troopers. You see the deluxe version exclusively features additional costume accessories and diverse display styles. And yeah, it looks really cool. You see this arm piece, looks like sculpted plastic, but has like a leatherish type look. This interesting little yellow armor piece for the foot. The like ammo pouches, I'm guessing, just something like that. The pouch you can put around his arm or like kind of up on his chest. The pauldrons, and you can see, if you want to, you can combine all of it, have the pauldron, have this pouch, have this arm piece, have the shin piece. You could do like all of it at once. If you get a couple troopers, you can differentiate them with different pieces. It's actually a really cool thing and really smart from Hot Toys, because I feel like people who really like troopers, or if you want like one looking different, you get like 4 of them. I wouldn't recommend that, to be honest, but I'd say if you go for this release, definitely deluxe seems like the way to go. Deluxe version exclusively includes additional blaster rifle and battery rifle. So you have the 2 different rifles here, and I guess, yeah, it looks like those are also deluxe edition exclusives. So that's also pretty cool if you want all the blasters and everything. So yeah, here you can see the 4 different modes. So down here on the right, basic trooper, this is the one in the standard release. You get just that one blaster trooper, weathering effects and stuff. Pretty okay. But then here you can also get this blaster, and you get that foot piece. Here you can get the bigger blaster, and you get that chest piece. And then you also get the pauldron and that other smaller blaster. So it's like 4 different display modes if you want to have them like that. So you technically could get 4 of these guys and have all of them look different. And that's actually really cool if that's something you want to go for. Because just know, yes, it's going to be very expensive. Well, hopefully the price of just 1 trooper isn't too bad. But adding up 4 troopers, they're going to take up room on your shelf. It's going to be expensive in the terms of like shelf space. And then, of course, money wise, but I know that's subjective. It kind of depends on the collector. But yeah, here's the overall shot now. So deluxe edition exclusive, you can see that pauldron, the chest pouch, the arm pouch, not arm pouch, the arm thing, the chin thing. Yeah, I'm trying to drink a little bit more water so I can like actually talk, you know. I was like laying there like, time for bed, check my phone. You know, I already brought it up earlier, but it's fine. Yeah, the 2 other blasters. So you actually get the smaller blaster and the E11. Those 2 with the standard release, because everything down here is just a standard release. The base, very basic, but the armor and the weathering effects do look really good. This is a really cool release. Like I said, also a tempting one, but for me, I'd probably just get one of them and deck them out. Maybe I don't know if I'm getting it for sure, but yeah, I gotta see. I'm trying so hard. I'm always like, yeah, I'm gonna lock in. And then I see some cool Star Wars stuff. And I'm like, ah, dang it, man. Because yeah, like Thrawn, I'm really curious about that one we just mentioned. And then here's just a standard release. So it's basically a standard trooper release, 2 blasters, the base, stuff like that. He just has a bunch of weathering effects. But to me, I don't know the price difference yet, but I'd say go for this version, the deluxe edition exclusive, because you get so much more. But now we have another trooper, and I'm a sucker for awesome looking Snowtroopers. And this is another one where Hot Toys is going to get a lot of us, because he has this look, but he does have another look. He actually gets the regular Snowtrooper look. So like I said, if you're going for original trilogy stuff and you want a cool looking Snowtrooper, that's the regular looking Snowtrooper, you can get that. If you want the new Remnant Snowtrooper from the Mandalorian Grogu, you also get that look. So it's like, I don't know, Hot Toys, I am honestly loving that they're doing this. It all depends on the price. Like I said, I'll double check at the end of the video before it ends, see if the prices are up. But if not, we're going to roll with it and we'll update or revisit it a little bit later. But yeah, basically you can see the whole bodies are basically the same armor, same everything. It's just the heads are different. And if you like the original trilogy look, you get that Snowtrooper. If you like the Remnant look, you get that head, helmet, and yeah. Then you also get this little buggy, and the buggy alone kind of sells me on it, to be honest. And you get some cool blasters. Like, man, look at that with the big scope on there. That's just so beautiful, man. I can't even lie. I am excited for Mandalorian Grogu. I love the show. Season 3 is always I don't know. It's always the part that brings it down. But the movie wise, I'm excited for it. Hot Toys though, seeing all this, they need to give us a Zeb, because like I said, I love Rebels. So that's why I want that Grand Admiral Thrawn Rebel specific type look. And Zeb, he deserves to be on my Rebel shelf. So I'm really hoping Hot Toys gives us a Zeb, because he's going to be in the Mandalorian Grogu. But yeah, this trooper looks cool. You see the actual like mask look. So you get the mask one, you get the other one. Like I literally just said, I know back in the day, they had a 2-pack with like 2 of these troopers. That thing is going for a lot on the aftermarket, but to be honest, the aftermarket prices probably will start dropping a little bit if you still want that one, because this one, you probably get 2 of these and still be cheaper than trying to go for that 2-pack nowadays. But yeah, like I said, we just don't know the price yet. But yeah, all these pictures looking awesome. The buggy, he's just like crashing there, I guess. Yeah, I guess that's one downside, because the base is sort of diorama-ish this time. It's still just the basic rectangular style. It's just the kind of textured top with a little bit of like snow detail stuff in there. But then the buggy doesn't seem like he has room to go on the base, so you could have him on the side or something, or whatever you want to do. But yeah, you get that look of him like trying to use the Force, but he doesn't realize he's not a Jedi. You get this look over here where he actually gets the remote control for the buggy, which I kind of like. To be honest, I do like that look with the buggy. That's kind of cool. Then here you can see that rifle again. I really like the look of that rifle. Looks like you get a couple different rifles with this. And I'm excited to get to the overall shots, but this is one thing I love, to be honest. I kind of want one of these guys. Man, this is why I'm saying my wall is like quivering right now for whenever the like whole thing goes up, because I'm gonna be looking at prices like, yeah, I don't know, because there's one at the very end we're gonna look at, which we haven't looked at yet on the channel, which was announced a little bit ago. That's pretty pricey because the prices are already out, but I kind of want it. And now I'm seeing all these troopers, I'm like, gosh dang it, they'll look so good. But yeah, the buggy looks awesome. I love all the like snow details and stuff on it. Gosh, this is so cool. This right here, the Remnant, man, that Remnant helmet looks so good. Like, it's not the classic look, of course. The classic look with the mask, but it just looks so cool. And that's why I was like, all right, I'll mention this when I get to this part, but I almost forgot. I have the Snowtrooper commander. Yeah, you cannot see him. He's like more over on that side-ish over there. So I have him. So he'd look cool with some Snowtroopers, because whenever they announce Snowtroopers, I was saying in that review, I'd want to get some Snowtroopers to put with them. And now I guess I get my chance to get some cool looking Snowtroopers. That Snowtrooper Commando has like the all white look, and he looks really cool. So now I get the chance of getting some stuff to go with them. And yeah, it looks like the buggy could take up the whole base if that's where you're going for. It says Imperial Remnant Snowtrooper on the chrome nameplate. 2 interchangeable helmeted heads. So the mask one, this one, it looks like, kind of curious how they're doing it. It looks like the top. So this is how I'm assuming they might do. No, actually, no, they're 2 different. Okay. You see right here, the scratching is a little bit different. So it looks like it's going to be 2 separate different heads. I was thinking they might do like this top part's removable and then you just swap the bottom part on or something. But no, it looks like since the weathering's different, it's just 2 completely different heads. So I do appreciate that. So that's actually pretty cool. So if you do get 2 different troopers, then at least the heads will be quite a bit different, even in the weathering. So another big plus from Hot Toys. So 2 interchangeable helmeted heads. He gets the backpack on the back, the little buggy, some shoes. Yeah, the remote control, 3 different blasters, a basic E11, which they gave us all of them. I'm just going to keep saying E11. Like I said, if I got it wrong, then just correct me in the comments. The scoped rifle, I love how that looks with the Remnant Trooper. It's late. Remnant Trooper. I love that scope look. This one here looks awesome too. I just love the scope. It reminds me of like Battlefront back when I was like using the scope rifles, especially on like Hoth and stuff, man. And then the base actually is a pretty decent on this one because it's like a kind of more textured thing with some snow. So a plus for making it a little more diorama, but still just a rectangular Star Wars base. And then here, oh, this is a figure that I saw and I was like, heck, that looks so good. But and the price is already out for this one. And this one, it's pricey if you get the 2-pack. Of course, you can buy the ATRT on its own. You can get the driver on its own, or you can get them in a combined set. But man, I love the look of this ATRT trooper. It's like a shore trooper design for the helmet and kind of like the upper body a little bit. It's like a shore trooper kind of, but then a Snowtrooper was like the lower part because you can see the boots are like the same as the Snowtrooper. This is another gorgeous one. Look at them up on the ATRT. I'm getting the Maji cases. Hopefully they'll be shipping in soon because it's all paid off and everything, but they're going to be going like right here. So I'll have like 19 inches of display space now, but like for each shelf. So I could maybe fit this in there because it can lower and stuff too. And I'm a little tempted, not gonna lie, because I am going to be getting the new Mandalorian and Grogu. Probably just going to be selling off my old Mandalorian and Grogu. I'm going to be getting this one in, do the comparisons, and that one's most likely going to leave the collection. That, and then I have the swoop bike right now. And the swoop bike, I like that for the Chrome Mando with the deluxe edition. You can put the deluxe edition accessories on the swoop bike. So it looks really cool, but if I don't have the deluxe edition Mando, then I don't really need the swoop bike. So at least that's some stuff I can move out of the collection, put funds towards his ATRT. So maybe I need to do it because price wise on Sideshow ATRT is $480 for the 2 set. So you do get the driver, you do get the ATRT, and it's cool. But like, yeah, it's $480. So it is pricey. The ATRT on its own is $315, $240 for the Remnant. Let's do some quick math. So that puts us at $555. Yes. So if you buy both of them separate, it's $555 or $480 together. So yeah, that's $75 discount. $75. 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah. Dang. That's actually pretty good. So yeah, you get a pretty big discount if you buy them together, actually, looking at it. But if you just want the ATRT, it's $315. Just want the driver, $240. I say, man, but that's still like a $165 price jump. Yeah, so man, I'd say if you really want both, obviously go for this. But if you just want the driver, yeah, I don't know if anyone's gonna want the ATRT on its own. They did show this image of the Mandalorian Grogu on it, but to be completely honest with you guys, I don't know if anyone's gonna want to buy the Mandalorian Grogu and display him on this, because I have mine currently on the swoop bike, and not gonna lie, he has a lot less presence on the swoop bike. It's kind of cool, but I'd rather have him like standing on the base or something, to be honest. But since I bought the swoop bike, I'm just making sure I get the use out of the swoop bike before I end up selling it off or something whenever this one releases. But 480, I don't know. I'm just debating it right now because it looks sick. Like, look at this. And then of course, way back when they announced these, they kind of teased the different Snowtroopers, the Remnant one, and then of course the regular looking one. But he looks so cool up there. This whole thing looks awesome. You see it crunches up, so if you want to have it lower, like if you don't have a lot of display space, that's another reason I kind of like it. Because if it was super tall all the time, I'd be like, yeah, no, I don't really need that. But since it can crunch down, gosh, it's so tempting. I also really like that he has this holster here for this other smaller blaster. Yeah, it looks really cool. The base, same one as like the Remnant Trooper, Remnant Snowtroopers. So same type of base it looks like, but then the ATRT is awesome because I love that he can just be up on it with the rifle, kind of like on his lap. That's a super cool look. You know, like aiming it, just doing cool things up there. Like, gosh, this thing is so cool. I really like it. Like, look at all that detail in there. Gosh, yeah, here it is. Highly detailed mechanical designs. Like, especially me really into mechanical stuff too. Like seeing all the different, like, just everything in there, the handles, the buttons, just all the different type of designs. It's really cool. Like the Imperial cog. This is, man, it's gorgeous. Like right there. Yeah, I really like how this looks. It's just The price tag is getting me a little, so it's one I might wait to pre-order if I do end up pre-ordering it, or to be honest, it's one that maybe I could get discount in the future. But then again, Hot Toys doesn't really overproduce these days, so you usually, if there's like extra, it's on other sites and sometimes Black Friday. So it's one I would probably be fine waiting for a potential future Black Friday deal. Same with the other troopers, to be honest, but at the same time, I might get drawn in and want some of the troopers. Yeah, I definitely, though, I kind of want to see the movie before I pre-order any of the troopers, but yeah, there's a lot of cool looking ones. Newly developed armor coated with realistic flock texture and weather effects. So I guess, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. So if it has a texture effect for like all the sand and stuff on it, that's kind of cool if you can actually feel it. And then, yeah, here's the overall shot. So if you just get the ATRT driver, you get all this stuff down here. You just get the ATRT, you get all the stuff up here, which is just the ATRT. You kind of see they separate ATRT over here, the driver over here. But if you get that 2-pack, of course, you get both. And price-wise, that's the best deal. But you don't really need it if you just want this really, really cool looking trooper with like that shore trooper design in white, kind of. Of course, it's a bit different because it's like the Snowtrooper design. You could just get that or the ATRT. If I get any, it's like, this is honestly for me, this is the most tempting one, getting these two, because the ATRT looks awesome. But man, I do really want a Snowtrooper. Now that I have Snowtrooper Commander, I kind of want, I could maybe skip on like the Remnant Stormtrooper, you know, the one with the desert effects. But then, nah, that one looks sick with like my Durasteel Mando, especially because he was in the desert then. Gosh, yeah, it's putting me in a bit of a pickle, you know, because I really want more stuff to like Snowtroopers to put with my Snowtrooper Commander, especially to start building out more original trilogy type stuff. This one just looks sick in general. I love that trooper design. I love the look of the ATRT. And then of course there's the like Stormtrooper that looks really cool with all the sand. And then yeah, my wallet's like, ugh, hide me. But yeah, Mandalorian Grogu, it's shaping up to hopefully be a really good movie. These ones I'm for sure going to be getting. Hopefully it's going to be an upgrade for my Chrome Mando. We're definitely going to be doing comparisons and stuff because I really like all the deluxe stuff he's getting. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let me know all your thoughts down in the comments because we talk about so many troopers. Feels so long ago when we talked about Grand Admiral Thrawn, because that's one I'm a sucker for Rebel stuff. So 100% I really want that one so I can sell off my old Thrawn, buy that one. Of course, the old Thrawn won't go for as much as the new one probably will, but yeah, I just like the Rebels look. So I'm definitely going to be looking for that one, figuring out when it goes live. So many Mandalorian and Grogu things. They might be announcing more stuff. So I just checked. They're not up on Sideshow yet, so we don't know the pricing yet for anything except for, of course, Mandalorian Grogu and then the ATRT and driver, or like however pack you want to do, because there's 3 different versions. And I didn't see the Hot Toys put out any more announcements. I looked on Instagram real quick. I was like, please tell me you guys didn't put anything else out, so I got to throw it in here. I mean, not complaining because, you know, I love looking at all this stuff. But yeah, so that's basically it. So let's talk about it down in the comments. We got so much troopers, and man, I'm so excited. I can't wait for all this new Marvel stuff coming up from Hot Toys, especially with like Doomsday coming. Like, hopefully they give us more Daredevil stuff. It's just, man, it's a great time to like get into collecting because we had some droughts. You know, Star Wars was in the gutter. Marvel, I didn't even care about like most of Marvel stuff, but Daredevil, bring it back. Marvel, like with Spider-Man, Doomsday, hopefully will be really good. Star Wars, we're getting a Star Wars movie in theaters, Mandalorian Grogu, and then like we got Starfighter coming. Man, so much cool stuff to be looking for. And as a Hot Toys collector, I'm just hoping for so much awesome stuff. But let's just talk about all of it. And until next time, stay 6 scale.